want to give you guys a couple of tips here about going down a grade. This is a grade in this is Monteagle, Tennessee. It's a 6% grade. Now you'll notice as I'm going down through here, you'll see trucks come flying by me. Now this is something that's going to save wear and tear on the brakes. Even if you're a company driver, you need to treat the truck like it's your truck. I think I'm in fifth gear here, going down about 35. The suggested speed is 25. Top speed is 45. But if you'll notice as this truck comes by, he's on his brakes because he wants to fly. You know, it is ridiculous that you want to fly down a hill like that. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. These guys heat their brakes up and cost their company money. But as you'll see, they just keep coming by and then they'll be on their brakes. And a good thing also to do is to have your flashers on. Let them know that you're going under the speed limit, that you're being safe. If you're going to make a turn, you need to know if your flashers work independent of your turn signals or if it just messes up. So you might want to turn your flashers off to signal you're turning. But like I said, you'll see how those trucks are up there on their brakes, just heating their brakes up. I'm using my Jake brake and in gear and never touch my brake this whole time. I'm just letting the grade and the engine do the work. But that's just, you know, that's something I use, and that's something I recommend you new drivers to use, because I would rather be going too slow than too fast and get in a jam. And as you'll notice as we're coming along through here, you've seen the ramps where people that are not doing what I'm doing and just flying and heating their brakes up, and their brakes lose function, or they're having to hit them so hard they're losing the air that, you know, they have a problem. They have to use the ramp. So guys, just be safe out here when you're driving, especially on these grades. I know there's a lot steeper grades than this one, and sometimes, yes, you do have to use your brakes. But for the most part, in non-winter driving or non-snow clear road, you know, you can use your Jake brake. But that's just a tip I wanted to give. I'm going to throw a couple more tips here later in the video to talk about just common sense in driving in the winter. But I thank you for watching. As you can see, there's one of those ramps coming up here that I'm talking about. That's one of the runaway ramps. But like I said, there's a lot steeper grades across the country that you're going to run into. So just be safe and careful, guys. Remember, there's no load worth your life or someone else's. What's up, guys? Let's talk about some tips for new drivers. Winter driving, just basically use common sense, and I would recommend, if you're a new driver with no experience in the snow, to stay out of the mountains. It might be okay for you to drive and use common sense on very, flat ground, but as far as the steep hill, stay out of it until you have more experience. But it's just basically common sense, Drive to the road conditions in any kind of weather. Don't drive what everybody else is driving. You're going to see FedEx, UPS, some old school truckers come flying by you. And don't be assuming that just because they can do it, that the roads are safe for you to do it. Some of those guys have more experience, and some of the UPS, FedEx, they're just crazy, and you'll see them on down the road in a ditch. But just use common sense, drive to what you're comfortable and the road conditions. If you're not comfortable going, over 15, 20, have your flashers on. Just, make sure you arrive safe. Because I'm going to say it again, no load is worth your life or someone else's. These are just tips also that I use myself out here. I've seen some other guys do tips on snow driving and stuff like that, and they're going to chain up and everything like that. But most of the old school truckers are going to say, yeah, if I got to chain up, it's time to pull over. Yeah, there's some places that require it, but if On those steep grades, if it's that bad, in my opinion, I'm just going to pull over. That's just me. You know, a lot of other people are going to chain up and go, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's just my opinion on it. I know a lot of other people have different opinions about it, but that's my opinion. But just with anything, you know, keep your distance. Make sure you have more than enough room to stop, because you never know what something's going to happen. A driver in front of you might spin out. A four-wheeler might spin out. You know, there's all kinds of things that can happen. So make sure in any situation that you're keeping a safe distance from you and the vehicle in front of you, whether it be a four-wheeler or a truck. But I appreciate the new subscribers. I appreciate everyone for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Rub it raw.